everyone, at this point you've probably seen that Amazon wants your country of origin information for not just any new products that you're listing, but your existing inventory as well, especially if you are planning to sell across borders. It's going to be vital to ensuring that you can even do that in the first instance. So you've probably seen the little yellow warning symbol in your Amazon Seller Central dashboard. If you click on that, it will take you through to this page right here, which will explain more about country of origin. So I'm going to walk you through this. The country of origin, otherwise known as COO, of a product generally corresponds to the country where the product was produced or manufactured. So please don't get that confused with where it is that you're buying it from. For example, in the UK, a lot of the stuff is imported, so you won't find very much that is manufactured in the UK. So it will be another country, and it's that made in insert country there. That is what you are looking for. Now, there's a couple of different ways that you can find this information out, and I'm going to walk you through some of those ways. But first, let's continue to read. If more than one country is involved in a product's production or manufacturing, the COO generally corresponds to the country where the product underwent its last substantial transformation. However, more specific rules might apply depending on the relevant product type. To be fair, there won't be many occasions at all where you see much in the way of this, where you got two different countries involved, or more than that even. You won't find that very much of the time at all, so don't worry about that. This help page explains how to provide COO information and You are required to provide the COO for all of your goods which you ship across borders to customers. I repeat, you need to provide that for all of your goods which you ship across borders to customers. So from non-EU countries or territories into the EU through Amazon's global program, FBA export or remote fulfillment with FBA programs. From non-UK countries or territories into the UK through Amazon's global program, FBA export or remote fulfillment with FBA programs. So existing products in your catalog and any new products that you're going to list. If you do not do this, it will affect your ability. I love how kind of subtly they've put that right there. It definitely will affect your ability to continue doing business with Amazon, including shipping through Amazon's global program, FBA export or remote fulfillment with FBA programs. So it's really important that we get this information in there. Now, you may already know country of origin information for your products is just not something that you entered in when you went to go ahead and list the item. And to be fair, I don't blame you on that front. For recommended and required fields, they do not have any country of origin stuff in here for us to go ahead and enter in on both required and recommended. Nothing of that sort. So what we need to do is go to all attributes. The rest you can do just recommended, required, as long as you have all of these fields filled in as well, and then just make sure that obviously you're filling them in on the all attributes, and then make sure that you go down to the country of origin, which is, did I miss that? Country, region of origin. This is what you are wanting to pay attention to. I really feel that they should move this to required or recommended very soon. I don't think it should stay just in all attributes. It needs to be a required or recommended, especially if they're going to start enforcing, for you to have this really hard. It needs to move to recommended or required, but you need to make sure that you're filling in obviously whatever you want, whatever fields are required, recommended, just in the all attributes area, and make sure that you're getting in that country of origin information as well. Now, where can you find this out? So maybe you know right off the bat. Great, awesome. But if you do not know the country of origin, then there are a couple of ways that you can check. Now, if you are doing retail arbitrage, you are very fortunate in the respect that you can literally just pick up the product physically and you can have a look at where it's made, because it will always be included on the packaging or the product itself. So most of the time that will be where it is, and that will be quite easy for you to see. Obviously, if you've got a large inventory, then that's obviously going to be a lot of work. I don't think Amazon really thought this through too hard for people that have got large inventories, but hey ho. So if you have access to the product physically, you can find out that way. If you are doing Online arbitrage, and to be fair, this also counts for if you're doing retail arbitrage, but obviously if you're doing online arbitrage, you're not really going to have physical access to that product to check, and obviously you don't need to go out to all of the stores to try and hunt down all of your products physically just to find out. There's other ways that we can do that. So it's worth fishing around on a couple of websites out there to find the country of origin information. Now, if you go to any wholesale sites that you that you are part of, that you know are accessible and don't require you to sign up before you can look at the inventory, wholesale sites are probably your better bet for finding out the country of origin information as just part of what they display on the page to do with the item. If not, some retail sites do have that information to hand. If not, you might be able to have a quick look at the product itself and see if you can find it. Obviously, in this case, I'm not able to find it on this product image, but sometimes you are able to see it just by taking a look at the image of the product. If not, then eBay is actually quite a good place to have a look. You can check for country, region of manufacture there. So here we have the country, region of manufacture for the product. So we got it. And do you want to know what I did to find that? I didn't actually head onto eBay initially hunting around. I just actually asked Google, Funko Pop, Luke Red 5, that's the one that we were looking at, what country is it made in? And there we had it. And I'd always just double check whatever website it is that it is referring to make sure that it is actually telling you the right thing, because sometimes the AI in Google can sort of like jump the gun a little bit, and sometimes it's not always accurate. So always make sure that you are getting this information from a website. If say you have a feeling that maybe that's not right, cross-reference, check a couple of different websites just to make sure. But there's, as I say, several ways that you can find out country of origin. Sometimes if you download a product sheet from a wholesaler as well, they might have the country of origin in the spreadsheet as part of the information that you get in there. But please just make sure that you are adding it in. For any of your existing inventory, you'll need to go onto the item in your Amazon Seller Central inventory and edit the item and add that information in. So once again, this is for items that you are planning to ship across borders to customers. If you aren't doing that, then you don't need to worry about this for now, but maybe on any products that you are getting in from this point onwards, just for good practice, it's probably a good idea to start getting used to entering that in case anything changes, or in case you do indeed get into selling across borders. It just means that the work will already be done. If you have any virtual assistants, if you happen to have any that are working for you, or maybe you have work partners, colleagues, something like that, maybe they can help you do this, because it is quite an important thing to get done. So that's a little bit about the country of origin information, how you can enter it in and how you can find it. Thanks for watching.